Hey guys, welcome back to On the Topic. Where have you guys been? I have missed you guys dearly. Where have you been? Why haven't you been here, huh? Oh guys, I am super happy to be here recording a video today. I cannot even express how happy and excited I am to be able to do this. I wanted to come and bring a video to you guys today. We are going to be talking about the Juno Microfiber Velvet Sponge. I know you guys have probably seen this floating around all over YouTube, Instagram, and all that. That's where I saw it. I really don't use brushes a whole lot to, like apply my makeup and my foundation and stuff. I'm always using beauty blenders. So I just feel like it gives me a flawless look, but I actually did this look today with the Juno Microfiber Velvet Sponge. So basically this is the Juno and Company Microfiber Velvet Sponge. It comes in a package like this. And this actually is, this one is wet. I used it and then washed it. I wanted to wash it so that you guys could see how good it cleans. Like, these clean really well. I clean it the same as I clean my beauty blender, my Real Techniques sponges and all of that. And a lot of times some of my stuff can stain those beauty sponges, but this material, I have to say, cleans super well. This is wet, so I just wanted to kind of show you that. And I'll pull this one out. We're going to open this one so that I can show you the difference on how much it expands once you wet it. So I'm going to take that out. So this is the Juno sponge out of the package, not wet. You can use these dry, and then here it is wet. So you can see, like, there is a pretty good difference. Like, it does expand, it gets poofy. So from what I understand from these sponges, you can use it dry. It's amazing. It comes in this little package, and it even comes with like a little pamphlet. And I'll show it to you. I did read over the pamphlet before I started actually using the Juno sponge on me, because I wanted to see what it was all about. So it comes with this little bitty pamphlet. You open it up, and it says, it shows you that you can use it dry, and it says dry, and it tells you exactly what, and basically it tells you how to use it dry. For best results, use your Juno sponge dry. You can dip it into your into the desired amount of product and apply to face. So they're saying you can use it for loose powder, blush, and highlighters. So I did not, and I have not tried that part of it. I definitely plan to try it dry and put on my blush and my highlighter, and I have used it for my powder though, but not dry. Of course, I used it wet. And then of course it tells you can use it wet, and it tells you what products, of course, liquid foundation, concealers, and contouring for it wet. And it basically just tells you avoid product overload. You submerge your Juno under water, squeeze it out, any excess liquid to begin, and then apply a dime-size amount of product on the back of your hand to prepare application. Do not apply product directly onto your Juno sponge, as it will transfer too thick. Definitely want to talk about that since it mentioned it. So definitely will transfer it. This definitely gives full coverage. I will say that right off the bat. It will definitely give full coverage. I feel like, and you'll see when I'm applying that, it definitely applies the product where you put it, like you're going to get that direct. It spreads it out good. It definitely spreads it and blends it well, but it puts, wherever you put that product from this, dip it into the product, put it on your face, bam, you're going to get that full coverage like in that spot. So I definitely agree with that 100%. But if you apply it directly to the sponge, it's definitely going to lay it like, a lot. So I definitely recommend my favorite way to use it, because of the way the product lays on this, and I'll talk about that more when you see me applying it. But my favorite way is to definitely go in with the product. I'll, if I need to mix something, I'll put it back in my hand and then kind of dab it over and put it. I use way less product using this sponge, way less. You'll also see that, like, I use probably half of what I would normally use. Like, it's insane. I truly like that. This gets an A++ in that arena, because you use way less products. You're going to waste way less product than you would with like the Beauty Blender or the Beauty Real Technique sponges and other beauty sponges out there, because they do tend to soak up product. Now, I will say I haven't tried this with like a more liquid foundation. A lot of my foundations are pretty thick. I don't use very many that are too liquidy. So as far as that goes, I don't know if it would suck up that type of foundation that's real liquidy. I'm not sure about that, but it definitely doesn't soak up the ones that I use as far as that goes. And then last says that use a stippling motion, dab and stipple product until you achieve your desired effect. So pretty much just like the Beauty Blender, you know, you're gonna stipple and bounce, you know, while you're putting it on, and just gives you like your cleaning instructions and what not to do on the little pamphlet. So I thought that was very helpful, and I really liked that they included that in there. For people who maybe are new to using beauty sponges, that definitely helps. So just to kind of talk about it a little bit more, it definitely has a microfiber feel for sure. It has like the little hairs that you feel like on a microfiber cloth or whatever. And when applying your foundation, I do feel them just a little bit. It definitely feels different. I'll say that it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to the beauty sponges out there, but not in a bad way. It's just different. It probably will take some getting used to. It took me a few times to use it. I wasn't really sure if I liked it at first, but I really do rather enjoy it, because one, I'm a full coverage girl. I want the full coverage. But I don't want it a lot of product, if that makes sense. Like I want to get the full coverage with as least product as possible, you know, because I want it to look as flawless as possible for my skin when I, you know, whatever product I'm using, but I just don't want it too thick, or I don't want to lay it on too heavy. I don't want it to look too heavy. So I definitely feel like this gives that, you know, that same effect as like the Beauty Blender does in that way for me. I completely like the way it blends my foundation. I love the look it gives, the end result. Like I really am liking it. I'm growing very fond of it. So yeah, so I'm excited to keep trying it and continue to use it. And now I'm gonna definitely be trying it dry to apply blush and highlighter and all that. I want to see how that works. I did apply my under eye powder with it, you know, as it was damp. That's another thing I'll say is like right now it is wet and I did squeeze it out. It feels dry. It feels really dry, but if you squeeze it and you give it another squeeze, it brings the moisture back. I don't know if you can see my hands all wet. It brings the moisture back to the surface. So let's just say you are applying like a more drier foundation or more matte foundation, like my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. This is a little bit more of a more matte foundation. It dries quicker, so you know, you tend to need to blend those types of foundations quicker, and this can start feeling pretty dry pretty quickly. But if you just squeeze it and bring that moisture back to the surface, you can definitely, you know, easily blend those out. So I definitely like that, because I feel like you have a little bit of control. Like, you know, you don't want, if you're at the point where you don't need all the moisture, you know, you can let it be. But then you get to a point where maybe you do need a little bit moisture and blending something, then you have that control to squeeze it and bring the moisture back to the surface. So I think that's amazing. I really love that part of it as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I'll say about that. I love it. It's a thumbs up on the topic. Approved. Absolutely. I'll definitely be continuing to use this 100%. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, guys, and put you on into the little tutorial I had applying it on my face so you can see it in action. And then I'll close out the video. Get started. I've already moisturized and primed my face, so we can go ahead and put the foundation on. So, and I've wet my Juno sponge. Now I have been using the sponge already, and I'm just really doing this for the purpose of showing you guys, but I don't care for it under the eyes, and I feel like it's probably because of the material that it's made from. I don't know, I just don't feel like it doesn't do the same as like my Beauty Blender or like my Real Techniques, or any of those sponges that I've used, the beauty sponges that I've used. I just feel like I don't know, I don't care for it. I can't explain it or put it into words, but I really feel like it's the material, that it doesn't give me this as flaw or smoothness or flawlessness that the Beauty Blender gives me, or like this at the Real Techniques. But I'm gonna do it just so you can see that it does, I mean, it does blend it out. I feel like it just takes a little bit more work, And again, because of the material, it definitely, one thing I will say though, is because of the material, it definitely keeps it in one spot. Like, I feel like it does spread it good, but it also pinpoints exactly where you're trying to buff it out, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm sounding crazy, but if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that out, and that's what it buffs out like. I wish I could bring out guys closer. I don't think it's gonna let me zoom in. So I'm just gonna blend that out because my dark circles are fierce as ever. As always, they are on fleek. All right, so there you go. This is what it looks like. This is what it blends out to be. Not too bad. I mean, like I said, it does an okay job. I mean, it definitely blends it out, but I just feel like it doesn't get it as flat in my little lines there as my beauty blender. I just, you know, but that's it. But it's not horrible. Like, I still can blend it out, but I just don't, me personally, don't care for it under the eyes. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna take the flat side and blend this out, and I've wrung it out, and it still has some moisture in there. And I'm just going to blend that out on my skin. So you can see it in action and what it is doing. So one thing, I definitely feel like it does blend it out pretty flawlessly, and if you can see, like, it definitely sits kind of on top of that material. If you saw any reviews on it, you'll know that it feels kind of like kind of like microfiber, but not exactly. It's definitely got the little fuzzies. I feel like you can definitely feel them when you're blending in the foundation. It's not an uncomfortable feeling or anything, but you can definitely feel the fuzzies, of course. But yeah, so I prefer, because if I take it directly from the sponge directly to my skin, you'll see that it gives full coverage because of the way the product does sit on the sponge. So I prefer to just kind of put it on my face first and then go in and blend it. That I found that that's the best way, so that I don't put, because when I used it the first time, I put way too much product, because you definitely don't use as much product as I normally would when I'm putting on my foundation with, like, the beauty blender. That definitely probably soaks up for sure. That does suck up a lot of the foundation. This one does not. This one, I don't feel like it sucks up a whole lot of the foundation. I'm sure it sucks up some, but definitely not as much as other beauty sponges that I have used. Because like I said, I use way less. Like, on my beauty blender, already half of that would be gone, or on my Real Technique sponge. This one, I can pretty much do my entire half of my face with whatever I mixed with my finger. I'll put that, and I can pretty much do the entire half of my face, and then just add a little bit more. You see, I still have a lot of foundation left on my hand. So I'm gonna just show you, for the sake of the video, like, if you take it directly from the sponge, how much immediate full coverage that it gives. So I'm just gonna take it, I'm gonna dip it into there, got a good amount there. See how it just sits kind of on there. And this foundation is pretty, these foundations are pretty thick anyway, so I'm just gonna go, and you just see, like, it just kind of just bam, like, just puts it there. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just really does hold the pigmentation right there. And you're gonna get full coverage for sure with this sponge. My under eyes are a huge deal to me, the way they look, because I do have fine lines under my eyes, so I feel like I have to keep patting, you know, for that particular area, because again, like I said, I don't feel like, and I don't know if you can really see, I'm trying to get as close as possible. There you go. See how you can see my lines, like, really bad, because this material just doesn't lay it in as flat like my beauty blender, like I said. So that's my only issue with this particular sponge as far as that goes. I totally love the way it spreads it out. I love the way it applies the foundation, lays it out. So yeah, so I definitely like it. I definitely recommend trying it out. It is definitely different. And look how much product I still have left, and my entire face is pretty much covered, as much as, like, I would quit. So yeah, so, like, you definitely, I use half of the half of what I normally use. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense here? So yeah, so half of what I would use, half of that is pretty much what I can use to cover this face. So I don't need that much, nowhere near as much product as I would with my beauty blender or my Real Techniques or any of the beauty sponges that I have tried. I definitely recommend giving it a try for yourself with the products that you're using and see how it feels. They're really inexpensive too. So all right guys, so there you see it is blended. It looks beautiful. I love the way it blends it out on my skin. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and go ahead and close out this video. All right guys, that is it. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in deciding whether or not to try this. It is so inexpensive. I want to say they are like $6 on the Juno website, which is where I went to purchase mine. And sometimes they have bundle deals and all of that. And also, I just might have happened to buy an extra one. So yeah, I have one right here. And this is going to go in because, guys, we are like almost at 1,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are too good to me. Like, I've gotten so many new subscribers. Thank you so much if you're new, if you have just joined us and this On The Topic family. I am so grateful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Be sure to leave a comment below if you're new and just started watching. But yeah, I just wanted to, I'm going to be getting a little giveaway box together for when we do hit 1,000 subscribers of some of my fave things that I use and like. And this will definitely be going in there. So anyways, guys, so yeah, so definitely be looking out for that video once we hit 1,000 subscribers or more. I'm gonna definitely do that and put a giveaway box together for a lucky winner. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and also click the bell, the bling, so that you know when I'm showing this face around your neighborhood. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my very next video.